This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Now, you might remember a couple of weeks ago, a very generous chap called Sean was very kind to loan me his rather nice Patrick Eggle Berlin Pro. It was because I did a video a little while ago about guitars that I'm just curious to try, and you know, a lot of people have been in touch to say that I've got one of those, do you want to borrow it? And one of these chaps was Sean. He loaned me the Patrick Eggle, and I had a marvellous time with it. And anyway, when he came to pick it up again, he said, I've got one of these as well, if you want to borrow this. There we go. A rather nice Fender Telecaster FMT. I'm not sure what the full name of it is, but it's everybody knows this by the title, the Fender FMT. It's essentially Fender making a Les Paul, really. You've got a mahogany body, a set mahogany neck, rosewood fretboard, binding in all the usual places. It doesn't obviously stick to a Les Paul recipe 100%. We've got Fender scale length, for example, 25.5 inches. And, you know, we have a through stringing kind of arrangement there. And, you know, you can tell what Fender are kind of aiming for with this guitar. And I did play one of these, gosh, they've been around a while now, about 20 years ago. Probably longer, actually. One of my students had one, and I was well before I was doing YouTube or anything like that. And, you know, just have a little bit of a noodle on it at either the start or the end of the lesson, and thinking, yeah, that's quite nice. But I've never really kind of took a proper look at one. So what we're going to be doing today is just having a bit of a first impressions thing. Usually in these kind of videos, it's an unboxing video, but this guitar was taken out of the box a long time ago. But it's basically that kind of vibe. I'm just going to form some first impressions with it. I haven't really played it yet. All I've done is really tune it, and it was a bit dusty, so I've given it a bit of a wipe down. But other than that, I've not really played it at all. It's set up rather nicely, you know, and you know, so everything bodes well. Oh, still some dust there that I've missed down by the tone control. But yeah, we've got set mahogany neck, rosewood fretboard, mahogany body. They're saying, Fender say it's a carved maple top. Whether that's a veneer on top of it, I have no information at the moment. But we do have a brace of Seymour Duncan pickups, a 59 at the neck, and a pearly gates at the bridge. And we've got master volume, master tone, 3-way selector, and the tone pot is also, you know, single coil switching. I am, as always, plugged into the Blue Guitar Amp 1 Mercury Edition on the Vintage channel, which is a really kind of old school Marshall sort of tone. So old school Marshall and a bridge humbucker go together like cod and chips, don't they? So I'm just going to flick the pickup selector back there, volume on full, that kind of Marshall-y tone dialed in, and this is the sound we get. No surprises there, really. It's, you know, a full-on fire-breathing rock beast. Now, you know that one of the things I always like to do is to see how well the guitar cleans up. Excuse me, let's point the camera down. How well the guitar cleans up from the volume control. So I'm going to give it a fighting chance by going to a single coil tone. We'll go to the middle pickup setting and just all of the volume all the way off, and then just bring it up until we've got a bit of a sound there. Let's see what that clean tone is like, if it is indeed a clean tone. There is a whiff of like a piezo, however it's pronounced, kind of vibe about that, like a, you know, a plugged-in acoustic, which I can imagine being very useful. Let's try the neck pickup single coil mode, you know, for like on a cleanish sort of tone, just to see if it'll do that sort of neck single coil Hendrixy sort of vibe. So without going near a pedal or a foot switch or anything, I would say you've got, you know, you've got that sort of that full-on rock kind of bridge humbucker thing through to a rather refined, I would say, clean tone. You know, let's show it a little bit more gain now. I'm just going to stomp on the well, as I say, we're on that setting on the amp, and I'm going to throw on my usual drive sound, the new X-Horseman pedal. Let's see what effect those two have to that rather fruity bridge humbucker sound. Here we go. That is a sound I could happily use in a recording, and will be doing so, because as usual when I do these kind of videos, it's very much a two-parter. Coming up on Sunday, you're going to see and hear this guitar in a fully mixed track using kind of clean and dirty tones and all sorts of stuff. So we've heard what the sort of drive tone, that kind of old school Marshall-y kind of thing, sounds like with and without the pedal. You've also heard how it sounds, you know, kind of cleaned up via the volume control. Let's go now to the clean channel on the Blue guitar I'm on and see what sort of sounds we get out of a dedicated clean channel. So let's just dial that in. There we go, and this is what we get. Yeah, that's pushing the clean channel to you know, to the point of well, to the point of I don't know what, but it certainly isn't a clean sound, is it? But let's see what happens if we go to single coil mode. Let's see what happens then. Well, it's cleaner, but it's not a clean sound. I get the feeling that whatever you're plugged into here, you're going to need to be using the volume control, riding that a little bit, which is, fortunately for me, that's exactly how I like to use it. I mean, the volume control is there for a reason. It never ceases to amaze me how many people just kind of crank it on 10 and leave it there, and you know, and never go near it. So just backing the volume control off on the clean channel, we get this. Do you know what? I think I prefer just going for the drive sound and kind of turning the volume control further down. Let's have a listen to that again. That just seems to have more sparkle and zing to it. Let's put the camera back up again. It just seems to have a little bit more air to the sound. Very difficult trying to find the right words to describe, something as kind of difficult to describe as a sonic picture. But you know what I'm saying? To me, this just has just that little bit extra something going through the clean channel. Certainly on this Blue Guitar Amp 1, it just sounded a little bit lacking something. But it does. A good clean sound. You just have to get it perhaps not the way you normally would using a clean channel. As I say, I like to just kind of go into a single channel amp and ride the guitar's volume control. That for me just feels a more natural and organic way of doing it. But that is a rather favourable first impression of the Fender FMT Telecaster. As I say, full video with all the usual weights and measures, neck profile, pickup resistance readings, which I can't remember what a 59 and a Pearly Gates readings are off the top of my head, but certainly going through this rig here, I imagine when I do get the multimeter out, I'm going to be seeing something rather hot in terms of readings. But nevertheless, a really nice guitar. It's made for, I guess, the person who wants a Les Paul in terms of the tone and the sound and everything, but just can't get on with the shape and the shorter scale length and all of the other things that differ on a Gibson guitar from the Fender kind of recipe, I guess. But there you go. That is my first impressions look at the Fender FMT Telecaster. Make of it what you will. As I say, coming up on Sunday, we're going to be doing a proper full-on review of this. As I say, all weights and measures and everything, and having a listen to what it sounds like in a fully mixed track. But that is a story for another day, namely Sunday. And that is the video for today, folks. Hope you've enjoyed what you've seen and found it useful and entertaining in some small way. And if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And why not drop me a like as well while you're at it. Don't forget the live stream every Friday, 5 PM UK time, where we drink beer and talk about music and guitars and all manner of good stuff. It's a great way to kick off the weekend, and I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.